Good afternoon, everyone, residents of Rainham. This is Harrison Young, and I have a TV show. It's going to be delightful in your neighborhood. It's called Topic Time with Harrison Young. I just brought it up here today from Marshfield, Mass. And this show features all kinds of great guests, a lot of interesting people, obviously, a lot of very accomplished people, and everybody has an awesome story to tell, and that's the kind of people I have on my show, the people that I know have awesome stories to tell. And I have a young lady here tonight who actually, of all the shows I've ever had, she has traveled the furthest. This young lady, Mela Hudson, has come up all the way from New York City to be on my show tonight. And she has quite a story to tell herself. She is I believe, a film actress, film screenwriter, and a very beautiful young lady, as you can see, and we're interviewing her tonight. So, Mela, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on your show, Harrison.
Thank you for being my very first Topic Time guest in the lovely little town of Rainham, Mass. Now, you came all the way up here from New York City. Now, I want to find out, you're a young lady, you're a film actress. I assume you've worked your way through a lot of projects to get to where you are now. So let's go back to your childhood. I want to know about how you started out, little girl, little Mela.
How I started out?
Yeah.
Well, I used to dance when I was younger.
Okay.
I always wanted to be on stage dancing.
All right.
And then I guess I kind of moved to doing theater, and from there I just figured out that I'd rather be in front of the camera. So I started doing film and television probably back in like 2009.
Okay.
After like doing a couple student films and foreign films.
Okay, I have a question for you. You liked to dance as a kid, and then you wanted to be in front of the camera. What's wrong with dancing in front of the camera as well as acting in front of the camera? Why didn't you want to maintain? Why didn't you want to continue coagulate the two? I should have said.
Yeah, I feel like I guess I was really sad when I stopped dancing because I really loved it. I used to do a whole bunch of different things like tap, jazz, ballet.
Okay.
And there was a part of me that kind of wishes that I still, pursued like a dancing
Don't forget,
career,
dance keeps you in awesome shape too.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
You look like you're in great shape anyway. But how old do you ever? I mean, what about like you ever go get jiggy at clubs and stuff?
No, not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
You say that not anymore, like you're over the hill.
Yeah.
You told me how old you are. I'm not going to mention it on the air unless you want me to. But you're still quite young and vibrant.
Yeah.
It just seems like it might be kind of cool. And I'm also thinking that well, let me ask you this: have you been in any musicals where you danced? In all of your life?
Well, like back in theater, like back in high school when I did theater.
Okay.
There were some musicals, like Some Like It Hot. Pretty sure
You were in Some Like It Hot?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one. Okay. What about Anything Goes? Are you in that as well?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. As a kid, though, that's when as a little girl, you did a lot of ballet and that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's wonderful. What about were you an outgoing kid? Did you like to play sports? Were you a tomboy?
Yeah, I was actually I was a tomboy.
Okay.
Yeah, I love to play
Beat
sports.
up boys and stuff?
Yeah.
No, okay.
I got
What
in
did you
trouble
play?
a
What
lot.
sports did you play?
Well, I used to play baseball a lot.
Cool.
They wouldn't really let me play on the team in school.
Okay. Oh, you mean now? We're talking when you were in elementary school.
Oh, elementary school. I didn't really do sports in elementary school. Mostly track.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So, even back in elementary school, you ran track.
Probably like junior high then.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I played any sports in
No.
elementary school. No.
Okay. Well, now you grew up where? You grew up near New York City.
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little town. And in the sticks, kind of. Is that kind of a town it is?
It's a small city.
Okay.
Yeah.
A small city.
It's like right on the Hudson River.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to listen for a trace of a New York dialect. I don't really hear one.
Apparently, I have one. Everyone from LA tells me I have a New
Well, wait a
York
minute. Everyone
accent.
from LA. Well, what do you mean from LA? When you've been to LA and you showed them you let them hear your New York dialect out there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And even on the phone, like when I say certain words, they're like, "Oh my God, you're totally from New York."
Okay. Well, what were you doing in LA?
I do a lot of red carpet events out there, like a lot of premieres. My friends have movies that I go see and whatnot. So,
No kidding.
yeah.
Well, like your friends, like big celebs that are in films that you're tight with. Is that it?
A few
Well,
of them, yeah.
Can you mention a few?
I don't know if anybody would know them. They're more like independent
That's okay.
filmmakers, but
Well, okay, well, let me ask you this. The last time Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were on the carpet, were you there
Oh, no.
at that event? Okay. Well, now, all right, now you make films. And right now you're an actress and you write scripts too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what have you written?
Well, right now I'm working on a script called Azrael, and it's a sci-fi drama.
Okay.
It touches a little bit on religion
Okay.
and whatnot.
And fantasy.
Yeah, a
Okay.
little bit of fantasy, but it's like a really, really in-depth film about like like struggling between good and evil.
I see.
But there's like choices that you have to make, and Azrael is like just a really complex person who really feels like she's never going to find somebody to fall in love with, but then it happens
and she does?
things start.
So it's sort of it's sort of a sci-fi religion romance
Yeah.
shocker.
Yeah.
I assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it the kind of movie that they could show in Sunday school, or a little bit too risque for that?
Yeah, probably.
And are you
too
starring it
risque.
too? You just write it.
Yeah, I plan on it. I plan on playing Azrael, actually.
I mean,
yeah.
you play the. Are you the star of the film?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So you don't want to spoiler alert. I mean,
Yeah.
so right now you're working on it. Are they shooting it regularly every day now, or?
Well, right now it's still in script, where it's still in development.
Okay.
We're still working on that. I'm working with a screenwriter over in LA
Okay.
too, so we're collaborating together.
Wow.
But I'm also I also just completed a screenplay for my animated film called Tomboy. It's funny how you mentioned how I was a tomboy when I was
read
little.
people. I
because
told you.
just like,
Okay. What's
yeah.
that about?
It's like the moral to the story is pretty much like be who you are, and you'll find someone who appreciates you for who you are.
Okay.
So, because she tries to be something different.
You're the
because-
star of that movie too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing the voice. The main character.
What is
is
this
Jenny.
animated? Animated?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
animated.
Well, how much experience have you had with animation? Now, I've done a lot. I mean, now do you draw animated characters in your
No.
films? Well? No. Okay, but you obviously have been a voice in a few, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Have you ever been in anything with Seth MacFarlane, like Family Guy?
No, I plan on it though.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you say you collaborate with your friend in L.A., does that mean you travel from New York to L.A. and back and forth to do this?
Yeah.
And is it a woman?
Oh no, it's a guy.
It's a guy. Does
Yeah.
he come back? Does he come back east to do? I mean, where do you shoot? Where are you shooting these films? Are you biding your time on both coasts for the film?
Yeah, I'm pretty much bi-coastal right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I
you-
travel a lot to
Well,
do.
okay, so
everything.
you're basically back and forth from New York to L.A. constantly.
Mhm.
Amazing. That's incredible.
And Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Okay.
and-
Well, where else?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
How about out of the country, Europe, Asia, anything like that?
No, unfortunately not. I was supposed to do something in London, but we figured out that, if we were going to do mostly like interior shots, so it wouldn't make sense to travel all the way to London.
Okay.
So, yeah, unfortunately, but I will get there one
Unless you
day.
wanted, a nice scene with teas and crumpet, right?
Yeah,
Tea and
exactly.
crumpets, I should say. Yeah. I don't want. I'm not being silly. I am being silly, I guess. I do that a lot in my show. All right. Well, that's amazing. So let's say, how many films have you written, ballpark it, or unless you know the exact number?
How many have I written?
Written and starred in? Yes.
Well, written probably like around 3 or 4 right now.
Okay.
But as far as like actress credits, probably around 7 if I don't count the student films and foreign films. 'cause,
Okay, well, let's
yeah.
talk about the student and the foreign film. Where did you do the student films? I assume you went to college somewhere or school?
Yeah, I was working full time and going to school full time, and then that was back in 2009. I realized
Okay,
like, oh, I wanted to be in front of the camera and do all that.
right.
So there was like a whole bunch of people. I was taking like acting classes.
Okay.
I was taking business management classes first, and then I started taking acting. And then you meet everyone in the class. They're like, oh, I'm doing a student film, and I was just being asked to do all these different parts. So I was
Right,
like,
but where did you
yeah.
go to school that you were doing these films? Or were you not
Oh,
you were
yeah.
not enrolled in the school that you were doing the films at?
Oh yeah, I went to Dutchess Community College.
Dutchess?
It's in Poughkeepsie. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Dutchess. You look like a Dutchess kind of.
Yeah. Well, it's like Dutchess County. So.
Is it really Dutchess
Yeah.
County?
Mhm.
Wow, Dutchess growing up in Dutchess County. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay. Well, I mean, and what did you major in there? Film acting and screenwriting?
Well, performing arts.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like a pretty extravagant school. But so, this was in 2009 when you started there, when you were enrolled there?
Yeah, well, I was enrolled fairly earlier, but I started doing, I started focusing on acting and performing.
Okay.
Back in 2009. So
All
I was
right.
doing like on stage, and then I was like, nope, camera.
Ever been on, ever do any shows on Broadway?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on any shows like in New York, you know, in the city, Manhattan, even though it's not on Broadway? I'm sure there are plenty of theaters in New York that you might have, I'm just wondering, have you?
Not theater or
No.
Broadway. No.
Okay. So everything you've done so far, not including your high school and prior to that, has been film?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about those foreign films. What was that? What were they like? We had subtitles?
Oh, it was interesting. It was interesting.
Okay.
When I first started with that,
Yep.
they would talk they were German films.
German?
So they would talk in Germany, or
Okay.
they would talk in German,
Yeah.
and the director would be like, okay, at this certain point, you know, when he does this, everybody has to, you know, make a noise, or, you know, oh, you're really happy. And there was this one part where I see the guy do the cue, and I'm like, yeah, woohoo!
Awesome.
And I'm like, oh my God, nobody else made a noise. I just messed this whole shot
Why
up.
did you mess it? Well, they were the ones that messed up.
They
You-
messed up because I was the only one that knew what the sign was.
You know what? I like the sound you made. If it was me, I would have changed the idea of the script, and I would have gone with. I would have said, okay, I think your chair was perfect. Who needs the rest of them?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't make it in Germany, right?
No.
What makes it a foreign film? Was it created by a German filmmaker? Is that why?
Yeah, well, it's the ZDF network over in Germany, but
Okay.
they come over to, like, we filmed in Poughkeepsie, like, right near Main Street.
Okay.
Because they love how the Hudson Valley is,
Right.
especially, like, in the fall, because, like,
It's beautiful.
it's really beautiful,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So they were up there, and,
Leaves and turning orange, especially over the river and everything.
yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
So what did you play in it? I mean, you just played someone who cheered and went woohoo.
Yeah, at first, and then the producer, Lutz, really liked me, because when I'm on set, I like to have fun. I like
course.
to, you know, I'm a very outgoing person,
Yeah.
so, you know, I guess sometimes they pick up on that, and they'll be like, oh, put her in front, and, like, give her a couple lines, and
Okay.
even though they were in English,
Yeah.
they, like, dubbed over them in German,
Okay.
like, later on.
Was
so.
this movie shown with subtitles? Well, I assume if it was shown in Germany, I assume it was probably shown with the German subtitles because it was in English, right?
Well, yeah, well, actually, it was spoken in German, but they had
Oh,
somebody, like, dub my voice over.
do you think the
Yeah.
girl? Do you think the girl that dubs your voice had as good a voice as you do? You should have a nice voice.
Hers is a little higher than mine.
Okay, that makes sense.
I always feel like my voice is a little low.
Yeah, well, don't forget the elevation over there is higher, so the voices must be. They have less air.
Yeah,
They're in the
true.
mountains. Speaking of like singing, now how much singing have you done? Have you done any singing? I mean, besides, along with dancing.
Yeah, I don't really sing in front of anyone. More of like a shower singer.
Shower singer? Okay,
Yeah.
well, have you ever, what about growing up? Did you do any singing then? Did you mention you sang? I'm trying to remember. You said you danced and did theater.
Yeah, no, I really didn't sing. I mean, I was like in the choir back in elementary school.
Well, that's okay.
But it was kind of forced upon you when
Yeah,
you're that
I
young.
know. So you felt it was too forced and you didn't want to
Yeah, and I
pursue it.
didn't really care too much for it. But I mean, I've been singing for as long as I could speak, and I really do enjoy singing too, you know.
Well, why don't you write a musical and make yourself the singing star?
Yeah.
I mean, well, let me ask you this: have you ever taken music lessons in any capacity? You know, singing, voice. I mean, singing, obviously voice, but like musical instruments, guitar, piano, anything like that.
Well, I'm self-taught on the piano and the drums.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I play the piano correctly, but I play it.
Okay. Well, when you say self-taught, you actually, what did you when you were a kid? You went and you bought a guitar and a drum set, and you literally learned, you taught yourself through reading the manual how to do it, or do you just basically feel your way through it?
Well, for a while I was just learning by ear.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Wow.
just matching. Yeah,
There's a lot of very talented people that have never really learned to read notes.
I can't read music.
I understand.
I tried so hard too, because I used to play the violin when I was in elementary school.
I wish I had a DVD of that.
Yeah.
Or a VHS of it.
Oh, I actually do have a VHS of that.
Well, you don't have it here. I understand. I know, because
unfortunately.
I'm new here to the station, so hopefully maybe eventually we can start playing DVDs of people doing stuff like that. But no, that's fantastic. Do you still have your old fiddle, violin?
I believe my parents do.
They
yeah.
still have it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's probably, if it's not gathering, I mean, it might be gathering a little dust by now, but maybe you would, you know, when you think about it, the more multifaceted you are when it comes to like entertainment with music, the more you can you can add it to your own films.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
you can make your own musical score for your own films and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of you. Let's go over every film you've ever done one by one, and we'll break it down.
Okay. I guess we could start with.
You already mentioned the one about the religious sci-fi thing and the fantasy.
Oh, yeah, the one I'm writing.
And the tomboy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the ones that are already completed.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
You're in the German film.
Yeah, the German films. But I guess back in 2010, I did a movie called Z-Day,
Okay.
which is about zombies and whatnot. I played a nurse, Catherine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where did you do that?
We actually filmed that in Dutchess.
Oh, in Dutchess County.
Yeah, Dutchess County.
Okay.
It was filmed all over the Hudson Valley, so
Wow.
it's pretty interesting.
Was it basically like a horror film about zombies?
Yeah, it was a horror film, and nobody believed Kyle. Like, he tried to warn everybody.
Oh, Kyle was the good guy. Was he the zombie slayer?
Yeah, he was the zombie slayer.
Well, the reason it's interesting because I was actually in a film myself up in Maine called How to Kill a Zombie,
Oh, really?
and I also interviewed most of the cast on my show for it.
Oh, wow.
Well, not most of them, but a few of them, and I went up to the premiere back in May at a drive-in up in Saco, Maine, and the guy that created it, his name is Bill McLean, and he owns his own filmmaking company up there called Freight Train Productions. And the reason I'm telling you this is because what I like to do with people that I've had on my show is I like to kind of network them together with other people.
Yeah, that's
So if you ever
awesome.
want to, I mean, you could go up to Maine and possibly do some work up there. But it sounds to me like you're pretty well set in New York and LA. So I'm wondering if you'd even have time to go up to Maine. But you probably
I
find a way
can
to
always
make.
find time.
You'll
yes,
always find time. Whether
absolutely.
you go with the action, if I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you have to like seek out work, and you have to be willing to go to different locations, no matter how far they are, because I mean, you're not always going to find the opportunities right where you live. You know?
Right.
So,
Exactly. Well, okay. What have you done in Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania? You mentioned you were and did some stuff in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I
too.
did quite a few things. I'm actually filming there this weekend.
Okay, let's talk about what you're filming this weekend.
Yeah, my buddy's making his directorial debut.
Cool.
Shout out to Curtis Case.
Curtis, okay.
Hello, Curtis. I'm pretty excited. I jumped on board because I was really excited for him. I mean, making your directorial debut is a huge achievement. I mean, not everybody.
It's not an easy path to follow.
Yeah, I mean, going from like actor to director. I mean, I think we all really have that in our future.
Well,
I mean, I know
that's
that I
your
want
plan
to
to do eventually
yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That's wonderful. I
So-
think you'll be great. I remember because on your profile page on Facebook it said you're a screenwriter and a film actress and director. But I think I said that. I mean, if I'm not mistaken. But the director was kind of you still haven't actually made your debut yet. But now that you're seeing your friend do it, it'll probably help you in a big way to know how to figure out how you're going to go about doing it, because
Yeah.
you have to pick up. Like learning everything else, learning the music, you got to pick up what you learn from what you see.
Yeah.
Right.
I know I definitely have like a director's eye.
Okay.
Because especially when I'm writing
Yeah.
my screenplays, I write it exactly how I want everything to go, and
Okay.
and that's why my buddy in LA is helping me out, because I put either like too much detail, everything that I want to see, and he's like, no, don't do that.
Okay. So
So-
basically, he tells you if he thinks you're overdoing it.
Yeah.
Apparently, being a director, because being a director can be strenuous. You're on the set for like 17 hours at a time. And let me tell you, I can tell you a little story. I mean, I mentioned to you, I was an extra in Amistad, and I was an extra in Shutter Island. And Steven Spielberg was considered one of the greatest directors of all time. He directed a scene I was in, and I was a member of the House of Representatives in 1839, and he actually swore at me on the set and fired me from the set. And the reason is because, well, we were at the State House in Boston on March 22nd, 1997. It was a Saturday, and we had a scene where John Quincy Adams, played by Anthony Hopkins, was dozing off. And Spielberg was directing the scene, and he said, "All right, everybody, now ad-lib this." He said, "Just ask if he's okay, or no, inquire as to his well-being." And I said, "Is he okay?" And they said something like, "Hey, you idiot, they didn't say okay back in 1839. And he should have at least mentioned that. I mean, here it was 1997. People are going to, out of force of habit, I'd never been in a film to that point, and, are going to talk in 20th century jargon without thinking twice about it.
Yeah.
He should have at least reminded us that we were doing a 19th century scene and not to use language that was not dated to the 19th century. So he got mad. I was going to do 2 more scenes in Rhode Island the following week, and I ended up, getting cut. And he gave me a real dirty look as I was leaving. I mean, it's okay. This makes a great story.
Yeah, it does, right?
Yeah, right. So maybe in a way that maybe you could help learn from this too. When you're directing somebody, you need to keep all these details in mind. If you're doing a scene like it's dated,
Yeah,
if you're directing
absolutely.
like a retroactive film about something from days of yore.
Yeah.
You gotta remind, especially if you have extras that have never been in a film. Because I'm guessing, I'm looking at you and I'm seeing something really big coming from from what you've done into what you will do. And I expect you'll be as good as Spielberg eventually.
Oh, thank you. Wow, I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you use me in one of your films. I'm talking off the top of my head. I'm dreaming out loud. But I'm just saying, like I said, I'm always looking for new gigs for my own, for my own right to achieve myself. So, all right, well, so what exactly are you going to be doing in Pennsylvania this weekend? You said you're going to be, he's making his directorial debut, your friend, but what's the film about?
Well,
If you don't want to give too much away, that's fine. That's okay.
It's a short film, so it's hard to put like, it's like such a short description. But
Okay.
pretty much, our friend passes away, and her husband wants to dig up her arm because it's a gold arm.
Okay.
So he's like
What do you mean
really.
a gold arm? You mean she had an amputation?
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's
my
like an
goodness.
actual like golden arm.
That sounds almost like sadistic.
It's
I
an
like it though.
interesting story.
It's definitely different, yeah.
And he's like really greedy, so he's like, I want that arm. So
The arm's worth more. The gold arm was probably worth more than the real arm was before she lost it.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's interesting. We're shooting like a huge funeral scene, and
Wow.
we have quite a few extras coming down, and
That sounds interesting. You need any
it'll be
more?
fun, yeah. Possibly, yeah.
Okay. Well, in fact, I was in the morning.
See, this is how you network.
That's how you network, exactly. That's how you got that right. You nailed it. High five on the nailing it. There you go. All right.
And high fives are so cool.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's interesting because I played a mourner in a funeral scene on Paragods, but I'm not supposed to say who died.
Yeah.
Even though this teaser's already been up, and I'll share it with you on Facebook so you can see it. I've shared it enough times.
Yeah.
But you'd have to see the first season, which is about 6 episodes going back to last year, to get an idea of who might have died in the scene. But it's a pretty intense scene. Yeah. All right. Well, what about have you ever been in a music video? Have you ever like written one? I know you don't. I mean, based on your musical history, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, well, I was in a music video for Blondie called
Really?
Mother. Yeah.
A recent one?
Yeah, well, they filmed it probably back in 2011.
Yeah. What was the song?
Mother.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know
Yeah.
the song. Did you work right along Deborah Harry?
Yeah.
Alongside her?
Yeah. She was
Wow,
right
that's
there.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was really cool. We were like, I was a zombie for the day.
You like being a zombie. You sort of, yeah.
I don't like
You're good at
being
that.
zombies.
You're pretty, but you're a zombie pretty.
Yeah, and I always get like stuck playing a zombie. I mean, not that it's like a bad thing or anything, but I tend to like stay away from horror films.
It sounds
just
to me like
because-
it sounds to me like you always end up getting sucked into them anyway,
Yeah.
even though you don't
Yeah.
want to.
I mean, I really don't mind doing horror films, but I think like, you know what you want to do. You know who you want to be. You know who
Right.
you want to play.
Exactly.
And I'm like more of on the lines of like comedy or drama.
Okay, let me ask you this:
know, so-
have you ever done any stand-up?
No, but I plan on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a bunch of material written down. I want to get. I mean, I watched Last Comic Standing.
Okay.
And take some more notes and stuff.
That's I see. Well, you
Yeah.
want to make your own. You should. I understand you want to like learn from the others, but
Yeah.
when it comes to stand-up, and it's very difficult to really create good stand-up because there's so because everybody is like trying to create a scenario that's already been done to death.
Yeah.
And it's very but I mean, to me, I think, speaking for myself, and you can either go with this idea or not. It's like my cousin Sarah Silverman, as we discussed. Yes, she's my cousin, folks. So you guys in Rainham are looking at us. You know who she is. Most of you, I'm assuming. But shocking stuff is pretty good, especially for a woman. A woman has a niche for shocking stuff because.
Yeah.
Because it's considered, it's considered off color for a woman to be shocking. That's why, if you can pull it off, you could probably be very successful at it. I much prefer watching women talk dirty than men. I mean, I'm being honest here. I'm being blunt.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have. I'm just saying.
It's so weird because like recently, comedy has gotten like clean.
Well, who wants that?
Yeah, but I mean,
All right, but if it's funny, it's funny,
yeah.
right? Who cares?
Well, because I mean, I watched this one video and it was like too dirty. You have to know where the line
That's
is.
true.
You know.
Well, right, but yeah, I mean, sometimes just
It's
being
like, sometimes
disgusting
it's just,
in and
yeah,
of
it's
itself isn't funny unless
Just raunchy, yeah.
unless it's so it throws people off the track so much. It's like, boy, I never thought of that, but
Yeah.
maybe I did think of it sometime. That's what makes something funny.
Well, I think the biggest thing that people love about comedy is like when it's true, like when you can actually relate to something.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, that's when it's funny, whether it be like dirty or have anything.
Lint in your
to
belly
do
button,
with-
right?
Yeah.
You know.
Like anything, you know.
Right.
So when people can relate to it and they're like, holy crap, like I thought I was the only person
Right.
that thought like that, or
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
it's not only funny, but it's like a relief because you think, well, I'm not so weird for thinking this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah,
here's somebody
absolutely.
that's saying. Let me ask you this: are you familiar with the Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay?
I'm not sure. I don't
Well,
know.
he's one of the dirtiest comics around.
Oh, really?
In fact, he's from he's from New York. He's from Brooklyn, I think, originally. You're not. You're on the upper side of those tracks,
Yeah.
I'd say. But he's he's very well known. He's in the '90s. He was in the '80s and '90s, or late '80s. He kind of got his start, and he's done a bunch of HBO specials. And I actually went to see him myself back on. Well, it was the day after your birthday. I won't say what year, but it was July 25th, 1993. I went to see him
Wow.
at Faneuil Hall in Boston. So have you ever done? Speaking of Boston, have you ever done any filming in Boston? Because being that we're in the Boston area now.
Yeah, not yet. I actually came to Boston just to like walk around, and I absolutely love the city.
Isn't it awesome?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. The
And
Common.
yeah, everything is just so beautiful, and like I walked down like the path and everything.
Freedom Trail.
Yeah, the Freedom Trail. It
Trail.
was so cool.
Yep.
And I'm not like one for tours, so I was really happy that I got to do it by myself.
Okay.
So.
Well, where did you go? I mean, you got friends that live in Boston?
A
Have you-
couple, but not really. I mean, maybe some people that I network with, but it's really good that I'm over here because.
Are you moving here?
No, unfortunately not.
What did you say? I thought you said you're moving here.
No, I'm moving to California.
Oh, you're moving to California.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're going to be filming the new film that I'm doing, Hauntings of the Heart.
Okay.
Is a Victorian era murder mystery.
Sweet.
And we're going to be filming that in Boston.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's
Probably.
some
I'm
fun.
guessing. Let me think. The best. Beacon Hill would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because those, you know why? Those kerosene lamps are originally from the 18th century.
Yeah, because we're doing like late 1800s,
Right.
early 1900s.
Exactly.
So it's like the perfect
I would love
location.
to be in that.
Yeah.
I'd love to be. I wouldn't mind being a stabbing victim in the you know. I've been killed off in a couple of films. I was killed off in Killing. Well, the reason I'm asking about Boston is because lately, I don't know if you're aware of it, but we're doing up here in the Boston area. We've been doing so many indie films lately.
Oh, yeah?
Tons of them, and they're actually opening a new major studio in Plymouth, Mass, which is right down on the waterfront. You know where it all began: the Rock, the Mayflower.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard of Plymouth. It's
Yeah.
historically very well known in the American history books. So, and when you're up here, you might want to. You have time. You might want to swing down there and see when it's done. You might want to check it online and see if there's. I mean, when you have time. I mean, again, it's hard to tell. It sound like you got so much going on. I'm amazed you had time to come up here today.
Yeah.
So I'm so flattered that you did.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh
I
yeah,
really-
definitely. All right. Well, what about working behind the camera? I mean, do you do any camera work itself, or working on special effects, editing, and all that?
No, editing.
Editing is tough. I know. I've done it myself.
I love
not
people
always
who
good.
do the editing because I don't think I could ever do that. I mean, that is a lot of work.
It
I mean,
is.
a lot of people always like praise the actors. Like everybody that you see in front of the camera, obviously you see them all the time. But the people behind the camera, behind the scenes, doing all that work, I could never do. I mean, it is amazing, and it's so time consuming and so like complex that I just give them props for
Well,
everything.
you know
that
what?
they do.
Be
It's just
honest with you,
amazing.
if you ever just tried it, you would find that it's almost like it's the kind of thing you could do and get good at if you did it a little bit and did it regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, believe me when I tell you, I'm a bonehead when it comes to doing it, but I've done it, and I've made some
Yeah.
good headway in doing it, and you're a smart young lady, and I have a hunch that if you tried to edit something just for fun, you might find that you surprised yourself how good you could do it, adding music,
Yeah.
adding cross dissolves and stuff like that. And
I mean, I would like to try it. It'd be
well, try
really
it sometime.
cool,
You got a computer?
but yeah.
Oh,
so-
good. Well, of course you got a computer. That's how I think I found you. So go out and get some software for editing and give it a
Yeah.
shot. Just do a little. Do you have a camcorder of your own?
No.
You don't have. Oh, see, therein lies
I'm
the
saving
rub.
up to get one of those red cameras.
Well, get something. But what I'm saying to you is, use your friend has a camcorder. Somebody just
Yeah.
go. Take some footage of. Here's what you should do. Here's what I suggest. You like Boston, right?
Yeah.
Okay, or any place that's scenic. Take some footage of that and get like a. Do you have a Mac? What kind of computer do you have?
Actually, I know someone who has a Mac.
Then,
and
all
they
right,
use
good.
it, so.
Fair enough.
Hi, Vinny.
Like Vinny, right? Okay.
That's my brother.
Oh, cool. Your brother, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So go buy some software for editing. You can get it in any. You can order it online. You can get it probably in any computer store.
Yeah.
Like iMovie for Mac, probably iMovie 2014. I have iMovie 2008. I haven't upgraded in a while. Obviously, it's 6 years behind the times. But you do that, and you go out and does he have a camcorder too?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So you borrow Vinny's camcorder. Go out and take some footage of the scenery. Like even just the Hudson River, if you're home, and does he live in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah.
Okay, the Hudson, the people on boats, whatever, and then take some really nice music and find out, and then put an in point and an out point where you want to play the music and what kind, and pick out something that's not copyrighted, or even
Yeah.
if it is. I mean, as long as it's just for you, you're not trying to sell it.
Oh yeah.
You won't make
just practice
right,
editing
just practice
and
it,
whatnot,
and you would be amazed, and even do a little, and even just put a microphone in. You can do a voiceover. You can narrate it.
yeah.
Talk about, well, I was down here today and I saw some really. I mean, you could just basically do a little story. You could storyboard it, because I know everybody will tell you that you can't do any kind of filmmaking that looks any halfway decent without doing a storyboard first.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that right? I
Yeah.
mean, okay. So do that, and then spend about an hour at his computer and have him help you. I'm sure he must know how to do it.
Oh yeah, no, he's very computer savvy.
Right, and I guarantee you'll be amazed at what you've accomplished, and you'll be proud of yourself, and that'll be something else that you'll be able to do. It'll give you more skills
Yeah.
in filmmaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I could tackle anything I want.
that's right, exactly. The more skill, again, like I said before, like I told you, the more multifaceted you are, the better off you're going to be, in filmmaking, and you don't have to rely on other people. You rely on them less.
Yeah.
The less you rely on them, the more skills you have, and the more you can show what you can do, and the more likely it is that people are going to see what you can do and be impressed by it, and you're going to have more opportunities.
Yeah.
So now, in terms of the films that you've done already, where have you sent them? To any of the festivals?
Well, one film that I just produced, Colin David McDonald
Okay.
was the director. It's called Presence. That just went over in the Atlantic Film Festival.
Cool. Where is that?
Over in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I network with people all over, so I try to get involved with projects all over. So that went into the Atlantic Film Festival, and I believe we did really well with that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we got recognized for that. So,
Okay.
and I also produced a film called Resident Evil Red Falls,
Okay.
and that was really recognized by Capcom and Resident Evil franchise. So that
Okay.
was really interesting.
Okay. Have you ever done anything with a 48-hour film festival?
No, I want to do
you
one of
should.
those. They sound so much fun.
It is fun. And
Yeah.
it's fun, and it's kind of a challenge because you have to do something quick,
Yeah.
spur of the moment. The film that I was in a film in Maine last summer with Bill McLean, the guy that I told you about, with another guy named Alan Dillingham. It was called Power Prison,
Yeah.
and I played a soldier, and it was really cool. And the only thing is, for some reason, he left the blooper in there where you said cut. In the I don't know why he did that. Other than that, it came out great.
Oh, really?
And I got to play a soldier with a gun. I wore an army uniform, and I got to stagger back and forth and shoot it into the air, and it was like good against evil kind
Yeah,
of
that
thing.
sounds like fun.
It is, yeah. and up in Maine, there are always, in the more rural states, I think you'll find that lately, in New England especially, that there's more of opportunity for doing these small indie films and being in these festivals.
Yeah.
Where you can act in them, and if you have more skills, like I suggested, you get like editing, you can help with that as well.
Yeah.
But for now, it sounds to me like you're plenty full of stuff with acting and editing and writing. I mean, not editing, writing. I'm sorry.
Writing, yeah.
Right. So, just keep that up. Now, when it comes to is this like your full-time profession now, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I do some things on the sides, like trade shows.
Do you ever model at all?
Yeah, I've modeled
Well,
before.
talk about
yeah.
that. You definitely look like model
Well,
material.
I mean, it's usually for like trade shows. It's not like your typical runway modeling. 'Cause
Okay. What
I'm
do
only
you model though? You must
5'11".
model something.
Well, it's forever what they want, like pretty much.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Like car buffing and stuff like that.
Yeah, like say I do a trade show for like Xbox.
Okay.
And I'm a model there, but you pretty much have to lure everybody in and
Yep.
talk about the product and whatnot. And there's like a bunch of different things that we actually model for, but it's not like runway modeling or anything like that, because I was told I was too short to model.
Well, you know what? I've noticed that so many girls that I've interviewed tons of models. In fact, I did a model show the other night at Roker's on Mass Ave in Boston. the girls are so tall now, and to me, I don't know,
Yeah.
speaking for myself, I mean, as a guy who looks at girls, I admit it, you know, I think short's better. Not short, no, not like little people short, but someone, your height is I mean, look, I'm no expert on it. If I was, I'd be owning a model agency and having, you know, and making a ton of money doing it, and I don't,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that it seems to me that models are so tall now. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of like off-putting to me. I'm not saying it's not
Oh,
good.
I think they're beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful. It's just
They have
tall.
the best legs.
Maybe it's because I'm short. I'm only 5'7".
Yeah.
But you're like 5'5" or 5'6", which is even, you know,
Oh, me?
Yeah, aren't you?
No, I'm like 5 foot.
You're 5? Okay, but you're wearing high heels today. So
Yeah, I got the heels on.
are you only 5 feet tall?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I stopped growing in like the 6th grade or something.
Well, you've certainly stopped. You must have stopped growing by now.
Yeah.
Because, well, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
I drank a lot of coffee too, so that probably didn't help.
Well,
it
oh,
at
really
all.
stunt your growth?
Yeah.
Well, it keeps you away. Well, how about now? You still drink a lot of coffee?
No, I became like kind of like a health nut.
Me too. I'm a vegan.
Yeah?
Are you
Oh, really?
I've been a vegetarian for 32 years and a vegan for 3.
I can't do that.
Well, you probably
I
could.
love a big fat juicy steak.
Well, you know what? The reason, let me tell you something, okay? Now, I know I love a big fat juicy steak too, but what I'm telling you is that any meat product that you love, there's substitutes for that are not only better, that are not only healthy for you, and they're better tasting and they're humane. And I eat veggie burgers every day. I also eat a pound
Yeah.
of chocolate every day
Pound of chocolate
in my
every day?
smoothies. Yes.
Man, I've been doing it all wrong.
No, I'm telling you, I could show you how to enhance your life, to eat beautiful, to eat delicious meals, all
Yeah.
vegan, and you'd be happy, you'd be healthy.
Well, I mean, I try to broaden my, my experiences with food. I mean, I'm definitely a foodie. I will try everything.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. We love to eat. Eating is
yeah.
fun.
So I mean, whether it's vegan, vegetarian, or has
What
a
I'm
piece
saying,
of
what I'm
steak in
saying
it,
to
I
you
love it.
is that you could live a vegan lifestyle and love it. You could learn to love it. You'd have to do a little research because, we'll put it this way: you you ever been to a Whole Foods store? Already, I don't want to use any brand names. You ever been to any health food store? I'm sure you have, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All you have to do is, or even the supermarkets nowadays usually have a health food section.
Yeah.
And you could probably get food a little cheaper there. But if you walk up and down the aisles and look at stuff that's meatless, you'd be amazed. Meatless substitutes for meat, you'd be amazed at how good some of that stuff looks.
Yeah.
And you could just
Wow.
tell by looking. Your eye would tell you that this looks like something I'd like to take home and devour, and you could. And
Yeah.
you'd be totally amazed at how good it tasted. And I'm telling you, if being a vegetarian, if eating meat were required to live, I'd be long gone, okay? I haven't had meat since, in fact, it's been almost 32 years to the day. I became a vegetarian
Wow.
July 30th, 1982. That was a Friday, by the way.
Wow, good
Yeah.
for you. That's
Right.
amazing.
Well, so the last time I ate meat was July 29th, 1982. Today's July 17th, 2014, so that's 32 years almost to the day.
Wow.
And then, so I'm just
That's
telling you,
amazing.
it's doable. And you don't even need dairy. I mean, I take almond milk with my smoothies every day. Haven't had any dairy, or eggs either. And I feel great. And I'm in good shape. I'm a little older I'm about twice your age. Although I don't feel like it. I mean, I feel better than I did now when I was your age.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh.
that's amazing. You're only old as how much, how old do you feel,
Exactly, yeah.
So that's
and
fun.
I don't want to say, it's not so that I'm not even so much that I'm proud of it. What I am is, I feel, to be honest with you, and I'm being blunt here, I feel really bad about the way animals are treated.
Yeah, sometimes it's really horrible.
It really is. And if we've been Facebook friends a while. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but I'm always posting,
Yeah, no, I
please,
noticed, yeah.
save them, and I know that the old school of thought is that you really do need meat to survive, and you really don't. And again, I'm living proof of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I haven't really done that much research, so I don't really know that much about it. but-
Right. Well, unless you really plan on doing it, and I'll tell you this: when I started it, I didn't. It's sort of something I fell into. It's not something It's something I always wanted to do as a young person, as a kid. But I always used to think you really do need meat to survive or even live well. Until my grandfather got sick in 1982, when he was in his late 70s, and I just realized his diet was terrible. He ate a lot of meat and a lot of lobster with a
Yeah.
lot of butter and stuff, and I decided to try something different. And next thing I know, I lost about 20 pounds, and I got lean and ripped, and I felt great.
Yeah.
And I never went back. I never looked back. So it's not like I woke up one day and said, okay, today I'm going to be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
There were a slew of events, and I always say everything happens for a reason. I've said that at my old station, and I'm saying it here on every show I do. I always find something to say about. Everything, stuff will happen in your life that'll make you see why this is a better thing to do than something else that you've been doing all along.
Yeah, that's true.
And once it happens, you do it, and you gradually you say, hey, you know what? This is great. I'm glad I was able to finally arrive at this situation, as opposed to staying at the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, now let's get back to. We don't want to go off too far off the track, though. How long do you think it's going to take you to finish that film you're writing now?
Well, the first draft's already finished. I think like probably to do at least 3 more drafts, but I wanted to have the script done at least by the end of this year.
Okay.
So yeah, because I mean
So you
I've been
pretty much
working on it for
focused on
2
that.
years already. So.
Okay. Oh, you have been?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So is this gonna be like your first full-length film when you're done?
Yeah, it's the first full feature
Okay.
script that I'm actually writing.
This is probably going to be like a couple hours at least. Maybe it's an hour and a half, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
If it takes you that long, it
Usually,
must
yeah.
be. Wow.
The Tomboy, the animated one, is a short film. It's
Okay.
like,
When it comes to animation, who assists you in that? Somebody must. If you don't do your own animation drawing, then somebody else must.
oh yeah. I'm like connected with a couple animators right now. I've
Okay.
actually had like some concept art done.
Wow.
So it's going. It's pretty interesting.
It sure is.
It's so different writing an animated script versus a regular full feature, because it's like you have to be so specific in everything
Yep.
that you're writing, and I mean it was.
Because you have to write directions for the animators as well.
Yeah,
It has
you
to
have
go right
everything.
along. Right, I understand.
Because I went from being like too specific in my regular screenplay to not
Okay.
being specific enough in my animated screenplay.
Okay.
So it's like really interesting.
Well, I'd love to. I've always dreamed about seeing myself in animation. I would love that. It would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
I know on Facebook you can actually do that now. There are websites where you can send your picture in, and then you can write something, and you can have yourself in animation on your wall.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, I'm funny of my Facebook friends do it. I just don't know what the website is.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, what about?
Hey, already looked it up.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. What about painting and drawing? Do you do any of that? Just wondering.
No, I don't paint. I mean, I used to like drawing.
Okay.
But
You didn't think you had enough talent?
yeah,
I know how
my
that
drawing
is.
capabilities are very limited.
Oh well, they're not limited. They just limited to some things. Everything, we can't all sprout wings and fly.
Yeah.
But we can do a lot of other things.
I just tend to like focus my attention onto certain things, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Now you do look very fit. Do you go to a gym regularly?
Yeah, I do. I work out a lot, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what. I had a bodybuilder on a couple of weeks ago. I'm just wondering, do you do like a lot of cardio, any weightlifting, mix it up?
I
or
try
what?
to do a little bit of weightlifting. I'd rather be toned than
Right.
like,
You
ripped,
don't want to be.
yeah.
You don't want to
Yeah.
be like a behemoth.
Yeah, I used to be like really ripped, and I was like, maybe I should.
Well, you don't want to
Tone
have
it down
huge
a little bit.
biceps. You
Yeah.
want to like you have a nice female body. You want to keep it looking female.
Yeah.
No, that's true, and I don't and I'm not putting down women that do like that, but I'm saying. Just saying, as an outside observer, I think it's better for me, a woman.
It's a lot of work
It
to
is.
get to that point.
But you make sure that you do enough so that you fit. That you fit.
Yeah,
And
I do enough just to stay like where I'm happy with the way that I look.
You
I mean,
should
because
be.
I know that people are very insecure about their image and whatnot. So you're always trying to be what everybody else thinks that.
Well, I admire you so
know.
much for number one, not being insecure about your image, and number two, being confident enough that you actually put yourself in your own films.
Yeah.
That's
oh, yeah.
that's quite a tall order to be able to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now, so well, did we cover all your films? I'm just wondering. Let's go back to like the very beginning. What's the ones what did you start with? I'm just wondering.
Well, besides the foreign and the student films, the first huge production that I was on, I was only in the background, but I was
Nothing.
on.
There's nothing. Don't say only. There's no small
Yeah, I guess there's
roles.
no. Yeah,
Right.
It was Men in Black 3. That was really, really fun. I
Okay.
was on set for like the whole week, and it was based in like 1969.
Okay,
And
great
it was,
year.
Yeah, it was really fun. I got to wear like
What did you
this
play, like a
awesome-
Woodstock girl or something?
I played a downtown hipster.
You played which?
A downtown hipster.
That's great. I remember them.
It was fun. I mean,
I was
like
10
the
in
music was
1969,
great.
so I saw plenty of
Were
those.
you really?
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Well-
I actually got like stomped on too by accident.
Okay.
On set, it was really funny because.
Was this something you wrote?
No,
Oh.
Men in Black 3.
What's that?
I wish I wrote
Oh,
that.
say that again. Which one was it?
Men in Black 3.
You were in Men in Black 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was the big film you were in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I take credit for writing that? No, probably not.
No, but you were in it. You got to
Yeah.
do a retroactive scene.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And nobody said something to you like, Say something. Say groove. Don't say groove. Say make sure you say groovy because it's 1969.
Oh, yeah.
Like Spielberg said to me, don't say it a certain way.
Yeah,
That's what they used to say back then.
It was really funny though, because like before we started shooting that, I went on the computer and I was like looking up all the dance moves that they were doing.
There you go.
I was like, if I always have to be in character,
peace.
Yeah.
Well, the Vietnam War was raging, and we all wanted it to stop.
Yeah.
At least I did. I remember that because I used to worry about I'd have to get drafted someday.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
horrible.
But around here, I mean, peace marches were everywhere, all over the country.
Yeah.
But that's wonderful. So you played a hit. So did you get this? Did you actually see yourself in that?
I'm in the behind the scenes footage.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because Will Smith is so tall.
Right.
And I'm 5 feet.
Oh, don't.
So, no, I mean, like, the camera's, like, way up here, and I'm, like, way down here.
Oh.
So it's, like...
Will Smith, wow.
Yeah.
No, that was your first, that's probably what got you decided that you wanted to do this regularly, isn't it? That was your very first film of all time that you were in?
I love being on set. I mean,
Yeah. I get that. That's awesome. What about designing sets? Do you ever do that? Oh, that's right. You don't draw it. You don't.
Well, I used to do. Besides doing like high school plays and whatnot, like acting in them, I also did the set. I was on crew.
Okay.
Because I've done like construction work and.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, talk about that.
I like doing things with my
You are
hands.
sort of a tomboy, even
Yeah.
now. Or you were. Not.
No, I still am.
What have you built?
What have I
Well, I mean,
built a lot of
construction-wise.
stuff. Yeah. Oh, I used to work on like a construction crew.
I
And
mean, you actually wore a hard hat
oh yeah.
with a bunch of big.
I
beefy
did
guys
everything from like painting, flooring,
Wow.
building garages, not houses, but garages.
Roofing.
I did, yeah, I've done
No,
roofing.
so you don't have a fear of heights. You have to climb up a ladder on top of a roof.
I don't have a
couldn't-
fear of heights. I have a fear of falling.
Well,
Sometimes
that's-
people tell me that's the same thing, but I don't think so. I think it's totally different.
Well,
Because I like being up high.
you like being okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not.
Hopefully I just don't
not
fall.
drug induced.
No.
Okay. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That used to be me back in the '70s when I was, and then I gave it. I've been clean 32 years since September 2nd, 1979. That was Sunday, just the day before Labor Day.
Good for you.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
quite an
before I became a
accomplishment.
vegetarian, I got off drugs. So I got rid of my vices one at a time.
Yeah.
But that's wonderful, though. I mean, well, would you still consider doing that now if somebody asked you to climb up on a roof and build something?
Oh yeah,
The money
I
was
did
there.
a lot of work in my mother's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was-
Like what? Like building, like refurnishing the place?
Yeah, I like refinished her hardwood floors, tiled
Wow.
her bathroom, a
That's
little bit of
incredible.
lighting, electrical work.
Did you put a
I
gold
like
flush
doing
in the toilet?
everything. You know what it is? I don't like paying for anything. So
there
I
you
learned
go.
how to do it myself.
That's why I'm saying that the more multifaceted you are, the less you have to pay.
Yeah, true. But this is a perfect example, I guess.
Right, sure
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And then you'll get paid for it.
Exactly.
Well, now what
Yeah.
about like when it comes to drawing blueprints? Are you good at that?
No, not blueprints. I design my own house already.
You design your own house?
Yeah, I designed it already.
Are you gonna build it too?
I plan on it. Yeah.
By yourself? Well, you're gonna have a crew though.
Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna have to.
people
You can't
build
do it by yourself, but that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be barking orders like a drill sergeant if you don't. Yeah. You're
I'm gonna be very, very. Yeah, I know what I want. Because I don't believe in paying for a house that you don't like love like every single inch of it.
Want to build
so-
a house for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Cool. I'd like. You know what I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to live in a tree house.
Do you watch that show on TV? I love that show.
Which show? What? This Old House?
No, Treehouse Masters.
I've never heard of it. Tell me about it.
What?
No, really.
I think it's on like Discovery or Nat Geo.
I don't
It
watch
is
much of those channels, and I
fantastic.
should. I should watch more. Definitely.
He builds tree houses like all over the place. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're huge
Well,
too.
so
Like,
being
they,
that
like
you're not
five
afraid
of
that
them.
you're not afraid to climb a tree. Can you climb a tree? Are you physically coordinated enough to do that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could climb a tree.
Well, when you say you're pretty sure, that's not telling me you've done it. That you're so confidently that you know you can do
Well, I mean, I
it.
used to climb a lot of trees when I was younger.
When you were
but
younger,
I haven't
right?
in a while.
And you probably still could.
Yeah.
You might have to practice a little bit, but even so, you could always, even if you had a hard time climbing one, to build a tree house, you stick a ladder up alongside of a tree, and you climb up the ladder, and you can build it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, I'd probably just hire somebody to do that though.
Why would you want to hire somebody? You just said you want to save
No,
money.
because that guy's fantastic.
Oh, you hire that? Yeah, but you want to be. Yeah, but you're learning. You're trying to learn from him so that you don't have to pay anybody.
Yeah, true.
What do you? I mean, here's what you do. You go to a hardware store. You buy about 14 cords of wood. You saw. You be careful. You make sure that you hold the blade away from your hand. You saw the wood. You maybe get a hammer and some nails. You
I mean, I could totally build one.
Yeah.
But he builds like homes in trees.
Well, listen, you can't just start at the top. You got to work your way up.
Yeah, true.
You know, do you know that you ever been? I know I've been to China, and I didn't see this there, but there's actually a whole town built into a cave in China.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like
Isn't
something
that
I would
amazing? I
check
saw a
out,
picture
yeah.
of it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, I want to travel all over the world.
You
because
should definitely
it's-
travel when you can. Eventually,
Yeah.
you'll have a great time. China, I scaled the Great Wall.
Wow.
I scaled the Great Wall. We did 8 cities. The people in China like me more than they do here. I think probably because they couldn't understand me.
Yeah, they just smile at you.
They
right?
do. The one they came up to me and I remember one day I was in the city called Xi'an and I was walking along. We're gonna meet my group back for lunch. But when I visit a country, I like to explore. I was with like 30
Yeah.
other people, but I like to get out on my own. And
Yeah.
these 3 very attractive women. So obviously, how could I leave them? They invited me in to have beer with them in the middle of the afternoon, and they wanted to let me take their bike out for a ride. And I wanted to. I said to them, and they didn't understand me very well, so they got this other girl to come down and try to understand my English. Eventually, I had to meet my group back for lunch, but boy, I wouldn't have minded staying there for the rest of the trip, and maybe longer.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, this, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like when you travel too,
When you travel,
I hate
it's
when
fun.
people stay in the tourist sections.
Right.
Like, I want to go to
Everywhere,
different countries
everywhere
to
you
see
go
the
is a
country.
tourist section if you've
Yeah.
never been there.
Like, I don't want to travel to a different country to like see everything that I
See,
can see here.
see stuff that you've read about. You want to
Yeah.
go. You want to see stuff that you haven't read about. I know.
Yeah, I want to go meet the people, like learn
Right.
the culture.
That's
see how they
exactly
do
what I did. I
everything.
mingled.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was suddenly this pretty girl came up to me. She looked about 15 and she goes, beautiful. And I thought she said me, and I was going to say, you're not bad yourself. And I go, I'm from the U.S.
That's
She goes,
horrible.
beautiful country. And then all of a sudden the boyfriend came up, gave me a dirty look, and they headed off into the sunset. So it's like that all over the world. You know, jealousy, it's all part of the human condition and all that. But I didn't do anything wrong. I was just out taking a walk by myself in a little country town over there.
Yeah.
And but yeah, definitely when you get a chance. But when go to Germany and get to see the reaction of the film over there too.
Yeah.
I mean, that, you know what I'm saying? That would be really cool. So
Yeah.
then you can sign some autographs, even if they don't understand you. They'll recognize you from the film and they'll say, oh, Tom,
yeah,
Tom.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, you'll go up and you can they can sign their programs
Yeah.
or whatever. That's fantastic. So, all right. So once you're going to be in Pennsylvania in this film this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And what are you going to be? What is your role in this film?
I play Alicia. I'm like a friend of the woman who's
died?
passed away. Yeah.
Okay. And are you going to be trying to convince the guy not to take her arm or go the arm away? Are you going to be fighting to keep the arm on the body when they throw it in the ground? Is that it?
No, but that'd be really cool. We might have to change some things around.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm pretty much there to like console my boyfriend who was
Yeah.
also, we were all like very close.
You're right.
And
But the
it's
boyfriend's the one that wants the arm, right? Or is it someone else?
her boyfriend.
Her
Yeah.
boyfriend, but you're talking about, okay, you're consoling him, but sounds to me like all he cares about is getting money for the arm.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to react like in an angry way? Like, what are you trying to do? You know, what kind of a boyfriend are you? This girl?
No, I'm just gonna be really upset.
Okay. So that's going to be something. That's going to be something subtle for the viewing audience to hop on.
It's a short film.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. That's wild. Okay.
I'm making like a cameo appearance.
I'm going to send you, when I get to my computer, I'm going to send you the link to this film I was in called Monster No More. And I actually I got a little speaking role in it, and we did it up in the coastal part of New England, on the north of Boston, near New Hampshire, in a town called Boxford, and then a little bit in Topsfield. Topsfield, people down here know about, you probably never heard, you may have not have heard of Topsfield, but there's a big fair that goes on there every year, and it's a beautiful little country town.
Yeah, wow.
Have you heard of the Topsfield Fair?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to send you the link to that film, and it's pretty cool. So if you want to
Yeah, I'll
see some
check
real
it out.
talent, if you want somebody,
Yeah.
I
Send it
definitely wouldn't
over.
mind being in that Victorian thing that you're going to do. But
It's gonna be awesome.
it sure is.
It's its entire full feature too. So,
Of course.
and we're
But-
gonna be starting a campaign for it soon. And yeah, we have like a lot of rewards that we came up with too. Like if you, donate to the campaign and help us out.
Yep.
I mean, you fund this awesome film. It's really really cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm super excited. I can't wait to wear like.
Yeah, I can't. Right, I agree.
It's like a costume drama. It's so cool.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the fun. Have you ever been in a film that's dated to a different period before? Like when I was in Amistad.
Besides Men in Black, I mean, like anything
All right,
like
but
towards the
that was
Victorian era.
1969.
Yeah, it wasn't
right.
really like, but like Victorian era.
That's
no.
what I'm saying. Like I remember when I tried my costume out for Amistad. And by the way, we made the hour go by. We're just about done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you had fun with it for my first show.
Absolutely.
All right, well,
That
I
was
was gonna
fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say was that when it was really wild trying on those old, I had the pork pie hat and the 14-foot sideburns and the ruffles and the shirt from 1839, and then when you get there, you see all the people dressed in current garb, and then they change into the 19th century, and all of a sudden you're all transformed into a whole new world. It was wild.
And oh my God, it's so helpful too, like to get into character. You're like, 'cause, I mean, it's just so real. That's what I love about period pieces, because it's just so real.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's right. They're well done. But you know what's really challenging, I would think, is doing a sci-fi piece about a future that looks really credible, because it's hard to know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
I hate to think it's going to be nuclear annihilation, but you never know. Well, listen, in the remaining time we have, you want to give any shouts out to anybody? You must, because once this link is up, they'll all see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Uh-oh.
Well, think of some people. Well, and then I'll think of some more questions to ask you. So we'll, while we put our heads together to finish this first show of the Ranium Channel for topic time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if people want to keep up to date with like what's going on with hauntings, you can follow us on Twitter at Hauntings Heart, or just look us up at Hauntings of the Heart. We're on IMDb, and if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at It's Mela Hudson, and I'm also on Instagram at Official Mela Hudson. So.
Wow.
And Facebook is giving me a hard time. Oh,
okay.
Changing my name.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
I'm so happy to have her on, because it took. I mean, I messaged her like 5 months ago, and I thought she forgot me, and the next thing I know, she wants to be on my show.
Yeah.
That was.
So busy. I have to keep looking through my calendar, but I did not forget about you.
Right. I know, but I guess it was nice to know I was worth. You traveling all these 200 and something miles to be on my show tonight.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on your show.
Yeah, right. I hope you covered just about everything that that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, I love to be in any project that you might have. Looking for a quirky middle-aged guy who's in pretty good shape, which I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll definitely be there for you. And I just hope that I want to see you out in Hollywood someday with with a big with a mark on the Walk of Fame out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
Grumman Shine. I expect I will. Eventually, I think you will. I'm just wondering, how do you get extras though? Do you just pretty much wing it on Facebook, or do you do? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, social networks have helped me.
Right.
Tremendously.
Twitter and all that.
Yes, I mean, with even finding work.
Yep.
With like networking and if we ever need extras or even like a day player or looking for anyone to fill a position, I mean, social networks have really helped tremendously.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Isn't
you just put a casting call up and it's fantastic.
When are you going out to LA again?
Well, I'm actually moving out to LA.
Oh, you're going to move out there?
So yeah.
Gee, I'll
the end
miss
of this year, I'm
maybe
so
I'll
excited.
come out and visit you if you want. I don't know if there's something out there for me to do.
Oh, there's something out there for everyone.
Right, I know. I've been to LA.
Beautiful.
If you've been, now, of course, you go
Yeah.
regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, but when you move to LA, what's gonna? I mean, aren't there gonna be projects back east? And you're never gonna come back to do stuff here?
Oh no, I'm gonna be. I want to be bi-coastal. I want to have a place.
Oh, that's right.
close
You're still
to-
gonna. I mean, but you're gonna. Well,
So-
when you say moving, you're gonna spend half the time there and half the time here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a permanent move.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna spend most of my time in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, in Southern, right?
Probably come up here. Yeah, Southern California.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about like traveling around the other parameter, like San Francisco, which is a pretty nice.
Well, yeah, I
city?
want to go to San Francisco. 'Cause, my brother's in San Francisco. My
Okay.
older brother.
Okay.
So I definitely I'm actually driving across country.
Wow, you don't mind driving long distances, obviously.
No,
That's
I love it.
wonderful. Yeah.
Because there's so much to see out there.
Right, I know.
so.
I agree. I'd like to go that far north, and someday you'll travel, around the world, and you'll live the dream of, of the big cheese. And we're going to wrap it up now. And Mela, thank you for being my topic time guest
Thank
on my
you so
first
much.
show on the Ranium Channel, and I hope the fans, when they see it, will love it. And this is Harrison Young for Topic Time. Next week we'll have graphics up. I didn't even think of putting them up, except for the Ranium Channel, which is the greatest channel on earth now. So we're going to do the cheer dance again, and see you all next time. Take care.
He's got to teach me these moves.
It is.
Oh, my turn?
Hey, you're on. All right.
That was awesome.
Thanks.